Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. We got here to the Nakano residence. We're gonna go inside with our pal Nick Valentine to meet the Nakano family. Maybe I should leave my power armor outside.
I hope you don't mind. We let ourselves in.
Nick, thank God. You need to get to work right away. She could be hurt. She could be...
Whoa, slow down. Kenji, was it? Why did you go over the details with me and my partner here?
You have to get to work right away, Detective.
So, what's the story with you and Nick?
Nick didn't tell you? Ran with him on one of his cases a few years back, searching for some sort of lost heirloom. He needed a boat. Things didn't end well. We were double-crossed by the client once we had what he was looking for. I still have some lead lodged into my hip.
Right. Yeah, it's starting to come back to me. Sorry things
We
ended
got out.
sour.
That's all that mattered. And now you can return the favor by finding my daughter.
We're here to help. Tell us what happened.
It's all thanks to this damn radio.
Our daughter Kasumi likes to fix things. The radio was her latest project.
Until she made contact with some kidnapper who lured her away from us.
Or maybe she left on her own. She's not a child anymore. Our daughter is 19. She knows how to survive, and she's capable. I think maybe she left because she wanted her own life.
No, she would have told us where she was going. She would have said something. I know my daughter is in danger. I can feel it. Find her, please.
Do you have any idea where she could have gone?
We know she took one of the boats, but that's all. She could be anywhere.
We'll find her. Don't you worry.
Thank you. Her room is upstairs if that helps. And if you had any more questions about her, just ask.
Don't worry, Kenji. We'll get to the bottom of this. Just sit tight.
Alright, if we're gonna have to question them, I need to put on my questioning apparel. And I need to take some great mentats.
Using that garbage is a quick way to end up in the hospital.
Mrs. Nakano,
Or the
I
morgue.
suppose you have questions about my daughter.
you and your husband don't seem to agree about why your daughter left.
We both want to find her. The world out there isn't a place where you want to be alone. But Kenji still sees her swaddled in diapers. He doesn't see a young woman with her own decisions to make. Maybe because it's more frightening. She wasn't tricked into leaving without telling us. That was her choice. She didn't want us to follow. Why?
I'd like to know more about Kasumi. Might shine a light on where she's gone.
My daughter is strong, focused, careful. That's how I know she's still alive. But why would she leave without telling us? Maybe we... No, never mind. I don't want to waste your time.
Every detail is important, Mrs. Nakano. Don't hold back.
It's just that we've been fighting a lot more. All of us. Ever since Kasumi's grandfather passed away. He was the only one that could really talk to her. Kenji and I don't understand machines, but those two could work together for hours. She started staying in her grandfather's boathouse late into the night. I thought she was just trying to cope with the loss, but now I wonder what she was up to.
Tell me more about this radio your daughter was working on.
I remember Kasumi was very excited about it. I figured she was secretly trying to make contact with Diamond City or another settlement. We're pretty isolated out here. She only has us for company, and Kenji can be overprotective.
Nothing else right now. Mr. Nakano,
Did you have questions? About my daughter?
anything more you can tell me about Kasumi? The smallest detail could be important.
I don't know what more to say. She's my little girl, and she doesn't know how dangerous this world is. I never should have let her grandfather teach her how to fix these machines.
Her grandfather? He taught her how to fix the radio?
Ever since she was old enough to walk, yes. Her grandfather had an ear for machines. Kasumi picked up the knack. He passed away recently. He used to scavenge the ruins in the south for parts. I kept telling him he was getting too old.
Tell me more about this radio she was fixing.
I've tried to get that damn thing to work over and over again, but there's nothing. I thought she just wanted to strip it for parts or build a toaster out of it, or something, like she usually does. Someone made contact with her, and then they took her. God, what kind of twisted psychopath has my daughter?
Why did your daughter really leave? Your wife says she left on her own, but you said it was kidnappers.
I know it was kidnappers. Kasumi is a smart girl, but she doesn't know how horrible people can be. Not like me and Ray. Why would she just leave her family with no explanation? Someone tricked her, got her to leave the safety of home. Every minute we aren't looking for my daughter, her life is in jeopardy.
No more questions right now.
Work quickly, Detective.
Alright. Sorry if the sound was a little messed up earlier. I forgot to do what I normally do, but now it should be fine. My dear Kasumi, if you ever get locked out of the safe, the answer is here in the boathouse. Picture where the key is, love, Granddad. Well, I am an expert lockpicker, so I don't need your key.
That's it.
Ooh. Was jumping for joy. Military grade duct tape. Alright. Let's listen to this holotape.
Project log? Myself. I never really thought about who or what I am, but God. Where do I start? The radio. I was right about the range. I managed to get a signal, a strong signal from up north. There's a group of people up there. They say they're all synthetic people, made by the Institute. They're trying to build a place for their kind, where they can be themselves and be accepted for what they are alongside human beings. It sounds wonderful, but then they started asking about me, and some questions came up. Questions I don't have answers to. I mean, I've always felt off, like I'm not really supposed to be here, but then there are things in my childhood I can't remember, and I've been having strange dreams. I'm going to go to meet these synths. I have to know the truth about myself. They've told me to sail up north to a town called Far Harbor. I can make my way to them from there.
So the daughter takes off by boat. But more importantly, there's a colony of synths up near this Far Harbor. We need a way to get there. Let's go talk to Kenji. He knows the waters better than anyone.
Alright. Very interesting. I wonder if Father knows that there's a colony of synths up in Far Harbor. Probably not.
Excuse me, Mr. Nakano.
Have you finished your investigation? Did you find anything?
I need to ask you an important question. Are you sure your daughter is human?
What kind of question is that? Why are you asking?
Your daughter made contact with a group of synths. She thinks she's one of them.
What? That's crazy.
She's not a sin. She's our daughter. We raised her. I gave birth to her. She's flesh and blood, not a synthetic.
Maybe your daughter is just confused. Having an identity crisis.
Oh God. Does she even think we're still her parents?
This is what I was afraid of. Someone twisting my daughter's mind. Did you find where Kasumi went, Detective?
I think I know where Kasumi went. A place called Far Harbor.
She went that far up north? God, that explains why she took the boat. You have to go after her. Please, take my other ship on the dock outside. My father's design. It has a guidance system, and it is built for distance.
What can I expect out there, Kenji?
I only made the trip to Far Harbor once, when I was a boy. All I remember is that my father did not want to stay long. Something about the air being bad.
I'll get to the bottom of this, Kenji.
Thank you. I know you haven't asked for a payment, and we can't offer much. But here, please take it. I insist. For expenses, if nothing else.
I know it'll be hard waiting for word, but try to carry on like normal. We'll be back as soon as we can.
Fine, Kasumi. Please.
Alrighty then. See, I almost made that mistake of not changing my attire when I got back into my power armor.
I've been told the Valentine Detective Agency signs are an eyesore, but they sure bring in the business.
Alright, off we go. To Far Harbor. Where did Nick go? He must be swimming alongside the boat. Hello, Nick. Nick Valentine? He's not here.
Mainlanders ain't nothing but trouble.
Put the damn gun down. Are you lost? This is Far Harbor. We don't get many visitors around here.
Mainlanders always think they know better. We don't need no freeloaders or more help, Mainlander. So you can get back in your boat and leave.
Alan, this isn't your dock. It belongs to the whole town. And that means strangers are welcome. Sorry, you've caught us during a difficult time. But Alan's got a point. Not all visitors have good intentions. So, what's your business here?
I need information. about a synth refuge on this island.
Ah, another Commonwealth traveler looking for Acadia, then.
Damn it. Mariners incoming.
Something's coming through the fog!
You, help us defend the town, and I'll answer any questions you have. Take a post at the top of the wall, near the main gate. The Hall never lets us down. Now follow me! Careful on...
Man the hall! Something's out there.
You sure you saw something?
This ain't a drill.
Ooh.
The hell?
Eyes peeled, everyone.
The gate! Open the gate! I've got wounded out here!
There's no time. Look to the fog. They're coming.
Gulpers!
Oh, God! Defend yourselves!
Hunters! Look out!
No. Eyes on the fog. Something's coming.
Anglers!
Rally! Defend the Hall!
Best mistake you'll ever make. We're clear.
All right. Well done, all. Open the gate.
Uh-oh. Dead bodies. Ooh. Troubleshooter's microcarbon synth left arm. Well, that doesn't look terrible. Survivor. He's not... He didn't make it. He's dead. I know there was another legendary over here somewhere. I may have killed most of the dead people, but it really couldn't be helped. Powerful baton. What a waste.
Avery.
And now you see what we're up against. The fog and the creatures it spits out have taken the whole island from my people. But for your help when we needed it, you deserve this.
You've lost the whole island?
Oh, the fog's been here forever. There are good years when it recedes and the island's almost normal. Then there are times when it spreads all over. The people have to cling to any patch of land free of the fog. For the past, 8 years or so, it's been getting as bad as it's ever been. Now, Far Harbor's one of the only places left that's safe.
What's the fog?
Where to begin? The fog's radioactive, right? But there are pockets of it, the deep fog, that are hard fallout. And as deadly as that is, that's only part of the problem. Things live in the fog, thrive. You think what attacked the harbor's bad? Oh, there's far worse further inland.
If you managed to survive despite all that, it must be tough.
Ornery, more like.
I'm done cowering behind your damn hull, Avery. Time you let me deal with the real problem. With the right people and my guns, I can end those Children of Adam cultists for good.
The fog's been here forever. The children didn't make it.
Before the Rat Eaters came, the fog was under control. They come, and it all goes wrong. It's time we do something.
No need to burden the stranger with all this nonsense.
What's the deal with the Children of Adam?
They're religious folk. Worship the power of Adam. Which is radiation, I guess. If you want details, you'd have to find and ask them. We used to have a peace with them until a certain hothead menace named Alan Lee...
Now that's enough. That preacher came into the harbor saying that it was Adam's will that we lost our land. That it was Adam's goddamn will that we lost so many friends and family. And that the Atom would wipe this whole place clean of us.
If it were up to me, you'd hang for what you did to that preacher, Alan.
What did he do to the preacher?
Alan pulled a gun on him. He claims the preacher reached for his. We don't have police, or really any law. Just custom and popular sentiment. And after everything the preacher said, it was abundantly clear doing anything to Alan would have made matters worse.
Have the children made the fog worse?
Absolutely not. There's not one bit of evidence.
Geiger counters don't lie, Avery. The fog's gotten more lethal year over year. And now the fog's covering the whole island. But only after the children came.
You know as well as I do that's happened before. Sure, people have theories the children are involved, but no one, and I mean no one, has proof.
Can we get back to business?
Sorry for all that. You're headed for Acadia, right? Getting there will be dangerous. You'll need a guide. Old Longfellow. No one knows the fog like him. But, word of warning, he's a bit of an acquired taste.
What's old Longfellow's story?
He's the best hunter on the island. Fearless. Some say crazy. If someone needs to get to Acadia, he's the only one that'll do it. But people around here are known for being stubborn, willful, and other, less flattering things. But Longfellow's got a reputation even among us.
Thanks for the info.
Best place to look for Longfellow's at the bar. The last plank. And, please, lend a hand around town if you're able. Even if it's slapped away. People like the Mariner and Cassie and others need help. And let me say something you might not hear again. Thank you.
All right. Well, I know the game wants me to go talk to old Longfellow right away, but
Ammo and souvenirs. Get them all there in stock. Huh. The mainlander. Great. Fire your gun a few times and you think you're some sort of hero? This is our fight. Our island. Not yours.
I am the one that saved all your asses, so yeah.
We've defended this damn dock from crabs and worse for months without you. Yeah, you helped. But we've paid our dues in blood and bullets. The day we rely on outsiders for our security is the day we're as good as dead.
I guess you have a point.
Damn straight. So if you're here to buy some ordnance, do your business. Otherwise, take the first boat out of here. Before the Children of Adam or worse get you.
Show me what you got.
You got it.
all right. Alan is not incorrect, by the way, that they need to be able to defend themselves, or there's no reason, so. His legendary harpoon gun is not as good as ours. that's only good for the first shot. So I wouldn't mod that with the flechette thing. But I will buy all his harpoons. I forgot I had that relentless revolver.
Food, stim packs, fully stocked.
Mariner.
The hull took a battering, to be sure. But she wouldn't be standing at all if it weren't for you. They call me the Mariner, shipwright, handyman, and the only one keeping the harbor afloat. Well, beside Captain Avery.
Why doesn't anyone help you?
Each harborman is the captain of his own ship. Worked fine for generations on the homesteads. Your land, your rules. But when the island pushed them onto my dock, one by one, the ungrateful bastards expect me to look after my land, even though they're squatting on it, like wretches.
If it's that bad, why put up with it?
I couldn't very well toss them back into the fog, could I? Bad luck, that. Surely their spirits would haunt me to my grave. And that's a fact.
The town's lucky you're here.
You blowing smoke up my sails. Huh. But there is... I don't suppose you'd be willing to lend a hand. In order to do proper repairs, I need tools. Specialized tools. And they won't be easy to come by. 450 caps if you can, though.
So I'd be risking my life for only 450 caps.
The pay is what the pay is. Are you in or out?
You've kept the walls together this long. Why do you need special tools now?
I want to build the hull up, proper. Make it strong. And keep those blasted crabs out. Good.
Sign me up. I'll help.
Eagles Cove Tannery. Tools are certain to be there. Now get.
Alright, so we got our first quest to improve the hull.
Never look a trapper in the eyes. They're something else.
Oh shit, this guy had a meat hook. Oh well. Alright, let's quick save here. Oh gosh. Alright. Ooh, that's what I wanted right there. guy right here. All right, where did Nick go? Speaking of which, where are we going? Oh my. All right. Well, I guess we're taking a tour of the island. We will eradicate as we go.
Make them like they used to.
Nope, they sure don't, Nick. Ooh, there's a cannon over here. Can we shoot the cannon? All right. If you are lower level, I would not be as bold about exploring this place as I am. Nothing in there. I can't get in that door. A ladder to nowhere. Someone lived here, though. The sleeping bag. That one scared me a little bit. You had some glue, though. Well, I'm sure this is a clam shack that couldn't be beat. Alright. Onward. Well, let's see if we can get it on our map at least. I'm not really going to go in here. Alright, so we got it on our map. I don't really know if it's on the edge of a cliff, so to speak. A rad rabbit. Oh, a little campground. Oh, that's neat. I didn't know you could do that. If you're brave enough, you can sleep in that tent. What would be really neat is these are also cooking stoves.
The detective's life isn't an easy one, but it rarely lacks for excitement.
Gee, thanks for letting me know, Nick. Guess that just must be a lunchbox and name only. Alright, let's go kill some trappers.
got nothing.
That's how it's done.
Alright. I didn't realize those doors were all buggy like that. I might assemble a set of heavy trapper armor just to see how ridiculous it looks. You know what I'll do? Maybe I can put Nick in the heavy trapper armor. Can I?
Hey.
Oh, he has a radium rifle. Interesting. Oh, I can't put him in armor. Oh well. Time to get this affinity up with Nick Valentine. And no better way to do that than pick some locks.
Nice.
The atmosphere of this DLC is so good. And if you did not have power armor, you can get your very first set right here.
Hey.
I'm listening. Can do.
Good old Nick Valentine.
Hey.
Now, don't we have a, yeah, use the strength from that power armor to beat people to death, Nick. Ooh, a bottle of Vim. For some reason, I thought there was more than one person out here. Alright, let's take a look at the map again.
Who do you think actually won the war? Nobody, I guess.
Nope. Oh my. It's big angry over there. I'm trying to avoid that initially. I need a I need my Fat Man launcher. Alright. So we want to go this way, I guess. Oh, just a Mirelurk? I can deal with just a Mirelurk. Look at that. Good job, Nick. Is he running way over there in the distance? What the hell, dude? Yeah, he just teleported over there. Alright, there's some houses here. Houses there. Let's go look at these ones first. Ow. Huh?
Something out.
Oh, some jet. Anybody else over here? Is that a bridge? Huh. A giant hermit crab. Well, What can I start this off with? That would be a lot of fun. What? It didn't attract anything. There is one of the most awesome creatures. The hermit crab in a van. One of my favorites. Alright, I think we're getting relatively close. We'll just due south of here. Well, I don't know who lived there, but I like their taste. That house is pretty destroyed. Oh, Yaogua, good eating. Nope, I don't think there's anything in there. There must be the tannery.
Hey, you mind keeping an eye out for a second? Gotta run a diagnostic. Thanks. What'd I miss?
Nuclear protection on a budget.
Don't think there's a whole lot in here. Maybe a Vim. I think that's about it. Oh, is there a guy there? Not anymore. Alright, I heard noises. I was just gonna say I didn't see any.
Got it.
Gelatinous. Gelatinous ghoul. All right, before we go in, I wanted to check out the boat down here. Ooh, look at that. Not that I'm going to wear that, but I didn't realize there was a dead legendary guy there. Okay. Guess I blew something up that killed the guy. I hear shooting. It's not me. Maybe some trappers are fighting a creature.
Got a thing for antiques, huh?
I just need to scrap stuff, Nick. Unlike you, you're a robot. Alright, how do I get back up? Alright, we cleared the exterior. Now we can go inside.
Yes.
Uh-oh. Nick, are you waking up ghouls?
That's it. You're in for it now.
Beautiful. Look how damaged Nick is. That's probably all from me flamering everywhere, but all the armor's messed up. I think I just landed on him. Alright, how do we get downstairs? No. No. Oh, right here. Oh gosh.
Not that it's an option. There.
Oh boy.
Clear.
Thanks, Nick. Thanks for running directly in front of me as I used my napalmer. Alright, we got the power tools. Got a little bit of a reward.
Heads up.
We got a weapon here. So we will give Nick some fusion cells. And I do not intend to keep him in the power armor. There's really no reason to.
What's the plan?
Alright, that was the plan. Alright, let's just get back to the hull here.
You been to the tannery? You find my tools yet?
Here are your tools.
A fair bit of luck running into you. Here's your reward. Well earned. And now to work on the hull.
Alright. Oh ho ho, so close to leveling up.
Heads up.
Something up?
I need you to get out of your power armor.
Sure thing.
Don't let the island catch you off guard. I might
Alright, so I'm gonna ground my power armor
I can
there.
lug for you? You need it? Big shops. Got it.
You ain't on. You ain't long for this war.
And I'm gonna ground this armor here.
Mariner says the fog's alive. Can hear it.
So when would you say?
Alright, and now let's, I don't know where Nick went. Let's repair this. Alright, so that stuff's great. Where's the rest of the armor, Nick?
Guns, guns, and more guns.
Look alive.
All manner of
see
good
what I
I
can
can do
do.
with those tools.
Protect your loved ones with my fine hand cannons.
Alright, so that's fixed.
All manner of good I can do with those tools.
Bait shop's got everything you need.
And I think this is an armor bench right here. Oh, that's a weapons bench.
Protect your loved ones with my fine hand cannons.
Fresh shipment. All your medical and food needs.
If you ain't armed, you ain't long for this world. Buy my guns now.
Four cork, 2 fiberglass, 3 rubber. Well, we'll just do that. And then we'll come back here.
Food in front, dock and back. The bait shop.
Guns, ammo, and souvenirs. Get them while they're in stock.
Alright, what is my current left arm? Unyielding. And that is fortified.
Bait shop's got everything you need.
So I don't think it's good enough to swap out for the unyielding. Unfortunately.
Don't let the island catch you off guard. Buy my guns.
Speaking of which,
You need some firepower? I don't know. Fine.
Alan,
Here for trade?
show me what you got.
Let's deal.
alright, we're gonna sell that. We're gonna sell that. I'm gonna sell that. 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 And that. And then we're gonna sell that. I wish that synth piece was a heavier armor.
Front,
Look alive.
and back.
If I got it.
Bait shop.
Hey.
Alright. Oh, I think I'm still overweight. Nick, I need you to hold this other armor. Jeez.
Something for you?
What am I holding on to that's... So heavy. Huh. Oh, I have a bunch of junk.
Guns, guns, and more guns.
Need it? Bait shop's got it.
Guns, guns.
Alright, let's look at the quest log here. We can help Cassie Dalton.
You think the fog's bad during the day? Nighttime?
The Lees sell guns over by the tourist shop.
Hey.
You're that mainlander who just got here. Better watch yourself, because this island sees and hears everything you do. I should know. I watched the island tear down the greatest family that ever set foot in Far Harbor. It's a tale of greed, blood, and vengeance.
What family are you talking about?
I was just about to explain. My family, the Daltons, was the pride of Far Harbor for generations, even back before the war. It was lumber and fishing that made the Daltons rich. But they got greedy, took too much from the island. The island's been getting revenge ever since, killing us off one by one. I'm the last Dalton still standing. Ah, but now our story takes an unexpected turn. A mysterious stranger comes to Far Harbor. Someone strong, someone capable. With the stranger's help, the last living Dalton finally has a chance to avenge her bloodline once and for all.
Wait, are you saying that I'm the mysterious stranger who's gonna help you avenge your family?
Ah, you're a quick one. Good. You'll need your wits about you, because your part in the story is filled with danger. Now, on to the first chapter in our tale of vengeance. That would be the sad story of freckle-faced Petey. Petey was my cousin. He was a good lad, never caused trouble. He thought all those freckles brought him luck, but, well, not so much. He was out foraging at the National Park campground when the island sicked some feral ghouls on him. Island's a sneaky bastard when it wants to be. Anyway, he made it back to town, but died from his injuries that night. Of course, those ferals are still out there, waiting to kill the next poor fool who comes along. Damn shame that.
Where did you say these ghouls were?
National Park campground. It's pretty much straight west of here.
Those ghouls are as good as dead.
Good, good. It's long past time those shamblers paid for what they did to Petey.
Alright, let's go kill some ghouls.
I'm scraping by.
Fresh shipment. All your medical and food needs.
Guns, ammo, and souvenirs.
Well, we've been that way before. So now it's the middle of the night.
Your Geiger counter doing cartwheels too?
Not really. I think it's where that gatehouse is that we turn left. And then we can help the mariner again. And by the way, for everybody's knowledge, I just advise doing all these quests regardless of how you plan to resolve the DLC. Which is good XP.
You see a lot of folks at their worst in my line of work. Hard to not let it get to you sometimes. Hey, let me ask you something.
Is something wrong?
Well, I sort of had the same question. It's just, with everything that's happened with you and your family, it's a whole hell of a lot to process. I wanted to make sure you're holding up all right.
Yeah, I'm all right.
Huh. You're a tougher nut than I thought. Tougher than I was. Took me a long damn time to get a feel for this place. Thank goodness I found Diamond City. It's got its flaws, sure, but it beats the hell out of anywhere else in the Commonwealth. Of course, when I took up there back when, people were just as scared of the Institute as they are now. Maybe more. The massacre of the CPG was still pretty fresh in people's minds at that point. Folks were still losing sleep over the broken mask. Plenty of people assumed I was just a saboteur, moving in to melt down the reactor or poison the drinking water. But at the time, they couldn't exactly turn me away.
Massacre of the CPG? What's that?
The Commonwealth Provisional Government. Years back, a group of settlements tried to get together and form a coalition. Every settlement with even a hint of clout sent representatives to try and hash out an agreement. Only the Institute sent a representative of their own, a synth. A man killed every rep at the talks. The Commonwealth Provisional Government was over before it even got off the ground. I took up in town not long after. I was damn lucky they didn't just tell me to scram right then and there.
Broken mask?
This was long before I'd moved to town, but apparently some gentleman type shows up in Diamond City, heads down to Power Noodles. Guess he didn't like the food because he pulled his pistol and opened fire on the folks enjoying theirs. When security finally put enough holes in him to drop him, they say he was full of servos and sprockets, just like yours truly. Seems he malfunctioned, went berserk. It was the first time people realized that synths had stopped looking like me and started looking like them. Considering what these folks went through, I felt real lucky they let me in the front gate at all.
Why'd they let you in?
Because I'd rescued the mayor's daughter. Gal of about 15. Pride and joy of the mayor back then. Man by the name of Henry Roberts. The young Miss Roberts decided she'd run off with some caravan hand she'd, known for an evening. Turns out the guy was part of a gang of kidnappers. I didn't even know who I was rescuing. Just stumbled on a crying girl and 4 toughs. I took her home and the mayor dubbed me a hero. Offered me a place in town. Lots of folks protested, said I was a spy, but he wouldn't have it. Taking up in the city was tricky at first, but I never tried to hide what I was, and people seemed to warm to that.
You took down 4 guys by yourself?
I didn't have to. Back then, synths were even more of an unknown quantity than they are today. I told them I was rigged to explode and started going beep, beep, beep. Hardest part of that rescue was keeping from laughing as they climbed over each other to get away.
You're not a spy, right? Testing, hello, Institute, can you hear me?
Hell if I know. If I am, the Institute's plan to gather intel on all the runaways of the Commonwealth has been going off without a hitch.
Was it hard settling in?
Yeah, they sure didn't make it easy. I started off doing the jobs no one else wanted. I got more banged up being Diamond City's handyman than I ever did living out in the ruins. But I guess folks never forgot I rescued the mayor's daughter, so they started coming to me when people went missing. Wife runs off with a new paramour and takes the rent money with her. Talk to the synth. An upset father decides moving him and the kids to Good Neighbor in the dead of night's not the worst damn idea since the bomb. Go get Nick. After a while, the jobs got so backed up, they didn't even ask me to do the handyman stuff anymore. Hell, I was so happy to do it, it was months before I started charging anyone. I never stopped being Nick the Synth, but it was Nick the Detective folks came to see. It was about then that things finally started feeling normal. It took me a long time to realize that home is where you make it. And with some time and effort, this place can be home for you, too. That's a long story, but I hope it helps. Want to get moving?
All right. Where were we? We killed some wolves.
Anything useful?
I suppose that's part of a recipe. Oh, a young gulper. A softshell mirelurk. Nick did a little bit of work there. Oh boy. I didn't think there was another Mirelurk down there. Gulper innards. That sounds very tempting. Ooh. Mirelurk Razor Claw.
What's that?
There's lunch. Oh, bummer. Oh well. They can't all be great. More gulper innards. I really hope this blight is useful. Ooh, another legendary. There he is. Too low level. He was using the can. Alright, looks like there's one or two left. I guess that's it. Anything else around here that could be any good? Probably not. Oh, there's some tents down there. Let's go look. I guess if you're doing a survival playthrough, you could sleep here. Alright, let's head back. Oh, I did level up. I think I'm doing this.
You talk to Cassie Dalton? Shame what happened to her family.
It's time to settle accounts. You hear me, Island? My friend here's gonna even things up.
I wiped out the feral ghouls at the campground.
The hero of our saga returns triumphant. I bet the island didn't see that coming. It's only right you get paid for your troubles. Here's 200 caps for you.
So, who else needs to be avenged?
Well, I'm glad you asked. I've been thinking about what's next, and then it came to me. We all love our grandparents, don't we? Kind, gentle, doting, love to spoil you. You'd never want something awful to happen to them. Nobody would. That's why it broke my heart when I lost Grandpa George.
What happened to him?
He had a farm, little ways north of here. Lived a peaceful life, working the land and not causing anyone trouble. The island sent something after him. A huge monster, mean as spit, and with claws to snap steel beams. A fog crawler. Grandpa bravely stood his ground. A shotgun in his hands, holding off that terror while the farmhands fled back here. If you can take out that shell-backed devil, it'll send a message loud and clear that says the Daltons never forget when they've been wronged.
Where can I find this farm?
Follow the coastline to the north.
That fog crawler's gonna pay for Grandpa George.
That's the spirit.
Alright, we already know where that is. I just decided not to eliminate the fog crawler when I was there. So we'll go to the Oceanarium and then head back over towards the farm. And we're using farm very loosely. She really means like a rock on the water. Essentially a New England farm.
Awful lot of rads around. We should get out of here.
And there's the fog crawler. I think I'm going to Maybe use a mine here and to lure him towards me. Will that even work? Oh my gosh. I can't even get it back over this thing. This was my plan the whole time. Well, it's a good thing I didn't need to use my great plan. Alright, we got some frog crawler meat. Can recover my cryo mines. I got mines like right there. Yeah, so this wasn't much of a settlement. But it's better than nothing, I guess.
Hard times.
What I would give to be rolling around in a genuine suit of power armor.
You give that fog crawler what for? Courtesy of the Daltons.
Grandpa George can rest in peace. The fog crawler is dead.
Wonderful. That's another chapter successfully concluded. You truly are the heroic avenger I hoped you were. With that fog crawler gone, we can send some folks up there to get the place ready for you. That's right. The farm is yours. Your own little piece of the island. It'll take work to get it up and running again, but you'll have help. And here's another 200 caps in gratitude for your service to the great Dalton lineage.
Who else needs to be avenged?
I was just about to explain. Now, I don't have to tell you that the bonds of blood and family are strong. As strong as any a person can know. But if you ask me, the strongest among them is the bond that exists between two married people. That's why the last part of this tale is the hardest one for me to tell.
Believe me, I know exactly how you feel.
If that's true, then I'm sorry to hear it. Perhaps we'll confront our pain together. My late husband, Daniel, was the best fisherman this island ever saw. He and his crew had a favorite fishing spot out by Brooks Head Lighthouse. One day, a day I'll never forget, I see Danny's boat pulling up with his crewmen all shouting and carrying on. Turns out some trappers moved into the lighthouse. No doubt because the island told them to. They're all crazier than a bag of mole rats. Their leader was having a little target practice. Shot Danny right between the eyes. Killed him, just like that. You go and get that son of a bitch. You make him pay for doing the island's bidding.
I'll make that trapper pay.
All right then. Remember, trappers may be half crazy from the fog, but they still know how to use a gun.
Alright, so the last, holy shnikes. All the way down there? I don't think we're gonna be doing that right now. Just saying.
A lot of people only got the clothes on their back.
Alright,
You ain't armed. You ain't long for this world.
Mariner had another quest.
Those tools you found are a joy to work with. It gave me this idea. A cargo freighter foundered ages ago, to the south. With a bit of arc welding and some elbow grease, the hull could be reinforced to be sturdy. Fierce. Best to do it soon, before... well, soon.
Why does it need to be soon?
That's not a matter for you. Just... the hull needs fixing.
Come on. I'm one of the few people that helps out around here. So, why the time pressure?
Fine. Doc Teddy? Well, I have a condition. Terminal. No cure. Hard to get that out. When I take the long walk, I can't count on anyone else keeping the hull in good repair. So, it's best to get her ready before then.
Is there really no cure?
Even in the old days, plenty of diseases were never beat. And this... well, Teddy sent word to some mainland doctors, with my charts and all. Only heard back regrets.
I can't imagine what you're going through. If there's any way I can help.
I've shed my fill of tears on this. But we've got business to be about. The ship's the MS Azalea. Expect trappers, mean ones. Once you mop the decks with them, I'll send my crew over. Best of luck.
All right. Let's see if we can get another quest while we're out and about.
I hope the harbor's being good to you. At this point, I'd settle if folks were just plain civil.
What's the history of this place?
Well, this whole dock used to belong to the Mariner, when the fog started getting thicker. Family by family, homestead by homestead, people were kicked out of their homes inland. The Mariner was kind enough to let people stay. The harbor just kind of grew out of that charity.
You know of anyone that could use some help?
It's never easy to ask anyone on this island for help, much less a stranger. But I've got a responsibility to these people, and I have a job for you if you're up for it. Besides, I know you're tougher than you look.
Yes, a man in power armor doesn't look very tough.
What exactly do you need help with?
We get our drinking water from a purifier not far outside of town. We had a bad storm not long before you got here, and it must have damaged the fog condensers that protect the road to the purifier. I sent Howard Dunbar out to fix them. He was out there when the Mirelurks hit us, and I'm afraid they might have got him too.
You mean
I
the
was
fog
hoping
crawlers?
you might go have a look. If the worst happened, maybe you could get those fog condensers back online. If you're up to it, just head south out of town. It's paying work, of course. I wouldn't ask a stranger to stick their neck out on our behalf, unless I was willing to pay a fair share for it.
What exactly are these fog condensers? How do they work?
Well, I'm no engineer, but the way it was explained to me, each fog condenser pulls in the air around it and then condenses it into liquid. The point being, the fog doesn't get past them. They make a barrier that protects the town. No fog means that all the nasty things living in it stay in it. They don't venture out too often. The fog's their home, I guess. The fog condensers eat up a lot of power, but we've got a wind farm that takes care of that. As long as the turbines stay charged, we stay safe.
Am I gonna need any tools or parts if I have to make these repairs on my own?
The fog condensers need their power modules replaced, but Howard took the only spares we had. Either way, you're gonna have to find him first.
All right, I'll head out there now.
Good. Our water supply won't last much longer.
Just drink the seawater. You'll be fine.
Stay clear of the quarry. Loads of trappers.
We're sucking down a lot of rats sticking around here.
That's all right, Nick. you'd just given Howard Dunbar
Looks like Howard didn't make it.
a,
I'll have to repair the fog condensers myself.
if you'd just given him a fully built up napalmer, he would have been fine. Alright, well that wasn't very challenging. Alright, all done.
Let the island catch you
Those
off
fog
guard.
condensers are back online.
Good. Our water supply was starting to get low. Wasn't sure how much longer we could hold out. Did you find Howard?
He didn't make it.
I should never have let him go out there alone. Well, I said it was paying work. 200 caps should be enough.
Captain, nobody's gonna want to help you out unless you're prepared to pay a fair wage.
Do I look rich to you? That's all the caps I can spare. Now here's your pay.
Rare. Alright, so we did that. So we got Hull Breach or Blood Tide. I think Hull Breach is going to be a lot closer.
You are a curious specimen. Despite our friendly town doing its best to chase you out, you keep helping us ingrates all the same. I got to ask, why do you keep at it?
Does it really matter?
I suppose not. Most folk here are set in their ways, yes? It makes no difference how hard you try to get in good with them. Heck, it took my family 3 generations before the Daltons would sell us a heel of bread. But there's a way. A downright insane way, mind you. you can turn even the most stubborn fool around.
Why are some harbormen so hostile to outsiders?
Most of the folk on this rock believe they've been given the God-given right to walk here. The way I figure it, if you got the moxie to survive, you earn your place.
I'll hear you out.
In olden times, leaders were chosen by something called the Captain's Dance. Legends say the toughest, meanest, and outright craziest hopefuls would chum the waters and lure out the worst the island could throw at them. Once the would-be captain killed the Mirelurk Queen, or Fog Crawler, or what have you, they'd invite the whole island to feast off the bounty. You do this, well, you won't be made captain, but you'll earn respect. Everyone's respect.
I'm ready to become a legend then.
You what? You crack me up. There's an old Mirelurk feasting grounds by Emmett's Causeway, a treacherous stretch along the coast. Go there and throw any kind of meat you got into the water. All that blood and viscera will be sure to attract attention. And then wait. I'll make sure there's a witness or two. Prove to the rest of these clods you belong.
Alright, well that is a quest called Rite of Passage. What? We completed it? How did we complete it?
Hey, Doc.
Need some doctoring?
Who's Andre?
Poor Andre is my patient over there. He spent too long a spell in the fog. You may think you know your mainland radiation poisoning, but we got our own special brand here.
I know a few things about medicine. Can I try to help him?
You say, what? You? Help? Well, poor Andre's got it bad. Good as dead. Well, I suppose there's no harm letting you have a poke, but I'll be watching you.
Welcome to the bait shop. If you need any odds and ends, I'm your man.
Where's this guy supposed to be at?
Fresh shipment in. All your medical
Let's take a look.
Look at that. I could use the mysterious serum. But I don't want Andre to be immortal. We'll improvise a treatment.
Well, I'll be. I think you may have done it. I'll keep looking after Andre. But I think thanks to you, he's got a fighting chance.
Alright, I want to look at the data. So yeah, we didn't clear this mission even though it gave us the belief that we could have. So let's just continue on with Hull Breach.
Protect your loved ones with my fine hand cannon.
Although I did want to sell some
Stranger,
stuff.
You need odds, ends, junk, or knickknacks. You've come to the right place.
Let's see what you have.
Let's set you up.
Ooh, a legendary Recon Marine helmet. Holy shnikes, look at how much money he wants. Never mind. I think I needed a bunch of this stuff. Fiberglass. Nuclear material. I don't even remember what I needed that for.
Well, ain't that a blast from the past?
Oh, for some armor. Alright, what am I doing? I want to get rid of some of his stuff. That Assassin's hunting rifle I don't need. And that I don't need, and that I don't need.
Brooks.
Psst. Looking for a bargain?
Let's trade.
Here's what I got.
That revolver's really no different than Kellogg's revolver, just a different format.
See a lot of folks at their worst in my line of work. Hard to not let it get to
The bait shop's got it.
Are they cooking this Mirelurk? It looks like they're cooking him. His hands look tied up. Alright, let's see what we can make here. Grilled hermit crab is no joke. I'm gonna leave this stuff for that quest. And that stuff. And all the gulper innards, I'm going to use that. Invisible for 10 seconds. I mean, that's absolutely worthless. Why would you... You'd have to spam that non-stop for it to be useful. So yeah, we'll use gulper innards for
Food in front.
the captain's dance.
Looking back. The bait shop.
All right.
You ain't armed. You ain't long for this world. Buy my guns now.
Let's save here real quick. You know, I think we should go into this, what is it, a bowling alley? Beaver Creek Lanes. No legendary item? What happened to his legendary item? I got gypped. Maybe it was something I already had, and then that caused a destabilization in the time-space continuum. I'm not very happy about that, by the way. You owe me a legendary item. Where is it? Alright, I know we're coming up on 2 hours. I'm just going to clear out this location first. I'm imagining it's a bunch of feral ghouls, so...
Sorry, folks, won't be chewing on us.
Whoa, what just blew up? What a nice song. Eh. There's a bowling ball. Huh. Doesn't seem like there's a lot of useful stuff in here.
Got it.
Watching a conductor at the orchestra.
That's right. Someone was living in here a little bit. Oh, a trapper. Too bad these
They're gonna
machines
have to
don't work.
forfeit their deposit. Someone's coming.
Day tripper. I think that ghoul was humping that corpse. They were all entangled together when they got up off the floor.
Can't open it from this end.
I don't. Something out there. Feed to the death.
Keep them occupied, Nick. I'm not saying that would have set the floor on fire or anything, but it probably would have. Oh, that's a lot of gas. Oh, come on.
Yes.
All right, Nick, we're going upstairs, I think.
What's that?
That's okay. Not great. Not a lot up here. This probably goes outside. Oh. Maybe not. Worthless. Oh, look at this.
Perfect.
The striker. 50% chance to cripple the target's leg. How useful. Maybe if we could make it an explosive striker.
Nice.
Oh, of course. I can't use the terminal and power armor. Huh. I thought I saw something on the floor.
Yeah, so long as you're carrying it.
Oh, really? The pin setting machine. A dead guy with mole rat teeth. Alright, well I think that's everything here. I might as well go collect some more bowling balls. They are the ammo for this thing. Where's the pro shop? Shouldn't they have more ammo? Alright, did we just find a special Vim here? Oh, I'm way over the weight limit. Lots of irradiated blood. Alright, that was just some Vim refresh, I guess. That was all shiny like that. Alright, so that's that. And pretty much I'm going to call it quits here. When we come back next time, we will continue to head south towards the hull. Let me get my exit save in here. And thanks for watching. I'll see you next time on Fallout 4.